It gets a little spooky this week at MHK All Day. We get a behind-the-scenes look at a K-State production, and one of our very own gets ready for Halloween a little bit early. Welcome to MHK All Day. I'm Gretchen Kanan. Yesterday, Kansas State had the honor of hosting U.S. Senator Jerry Moran. As a former Manhattan resident, Moran took a break from his duties at the White House and returned to the Little Apple to speak with the U.S. About the upcoming election.
To make a decision about who their next president is, and then it's important for the American people and for its elected representatives to come together and try to make good from that. Again, elections are decisions that are made for a president every 4 years. Who is elected president has consequences, but when the election is over, I hope the effort is then to try to make certain that we're on a path toward a better America and a brighter future.
And with the general election a little less, than 3 weeks away, voters around the country started to cast their advanced ballots this past Monday. Students right here at K-State can cast their votes in the advanced voting booth located at the Bluemont Room of the Student Union. And while the booth is located on campus, it is open to any registered voter in Riley County. The voting booth is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and the booth will close at noon on Monday, November 7th. Be sure to bring proper identification with you to the voting booth. All registered voters are encouraged to cast their ballots in person or by mail. You can also cast your vote at the Riley County Courthouse in downtown Manhattan. Richard O'Brien's The Rocky Horror Picture Show is making its way to K-State. MHK All Day reporter Juan Cisneros gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the theater department's latest play.
The Horror Picture Show is a 1975 comedic horror film based on the play The Rocky Horror Show, and it has made its way to the stage here at Kansas State.
The show is about Brad and Janet, and they are a seemingly normal couple who are going to visit an old high school teacher of theirs to tell them about their engagement. And they get a flat tire in a storm, and so they go back to this castle, and chaos ensues during the night.
It was a very intimidating process because, this is a popular show. Everybody knows a lot about it, and a lot of, there's not very many girl parts in the show, so it was pretty competitive, but I just pulled through and showed my best effort, and I was really excited to get the role, and I love the cast that I work with, and it's just been a great time so far. We rehearse 5 days a week, so we'll go Monday through Thursday usually, and then we'll come back. We get Friday, Saturday, we get off, usually in the first month and a half, and then we'll come back Sunday evenings and rehearse. And then for this following week, we had rehearsal all day Saturday and Sunday since it was our tech rehearsal. And we'll rehearse from 6:30 to 9:30 Monday through Thursday, and it's just you walk in. At the beginning of the month we have to work on scenes, obviously, and then once that gets going, we're able to run the scenes, and then you get off book, and then you're adding the band behind it, and then all your props get added in, and it's just every day is something new. We're adding something new. You can see the Rocky Horror Picture Show in Nichols Hall, but inside is Chapman Theater. So you go to Nichols as the hall, and then inside is Chapman Theater.
At Nichols Hall, I'm Juan Cisneros, MHK All Day.
If you're interested in purchasing a ticket for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, go to www.ksu.edu/mtd/tickets.
Lots going on in the world of sports as we talk about the KSU football, volleyball, and basketball teams, and one Manhattan High School team takes home regional gold. Find out who it is next in sports.
What ignites inspiration? It's sparked in every victory, every banner carried high. It's lit in traditions that bind each generation together. It's found in the people who push us to never settle and who serve those without a voice. It's iconic. It's groundbreaking. It's a new generation of world changers and answer seekers. What ignites inspiration? Tradition. Passion. You.
From the golden flowers that give our state its nickname, to Kansas City's smoky scarlet barbecue, past the unique tint of limestone bedrock, we drive with pride to support future K-Staters. From the hilltops of Lawrence to the familiar streets of Aggieville, we love to show our purple pride. Whether you are K-State alumni or Wildcat fans, purchase the #1 Affinity license plate in Kansas today and help us paint the highway purple.
Land Grant University, entrusted with serving the needs of our communities and world through the nation's most important research and testing. We don't cater to what's popular. We come together to find out what's next, what will save lives and better the world. Since 1863, our values haven't changed, but our methods have. What defines a land-grant university? Community, progress, you. Knowledge is more than a piece of paper. It's being committed to leaving the world a better place, dedicated to limitless learning, conducting research that is tried and true, and then tried again, crossing disciplines, blazing trails, discovering better methods that lead to global solutions. What is the K-State graduate student experience? Unrestricted, proven, you.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. I'm Avery Osen. It was homecoming week this past week here in Manhattan, and the K-State football team was hosting Texas, as the Longhorns haven't won here in Manhattan since 2002. A very impressive opening drive for KSU, capped off by this run by Jesse Ertz, 68 yards and 9 plays on that drive. Different play now, but still the same guy as Ertz runs it in from 19 yards. Cats up 14-0 early in the second quarter. KSU up now 14-7, but this 8-yard touchdown pass gives the Wildcats a 14-point advantage going into the halftime break. Fast forward, KSU up 24-21 as Texas has one last chance, but a sack by Jordan Willis ends it. Head coach Bill Snyder was happy with how his team played.
I thought we played very well, not just against the pass, but I thought we played reasonably well against the run, with the exception of 3 or 4 snaps on that first drive that they had. Outside of that.
And now our own sports reporter Juan Cisneros is here to break down what has been clicking on the Wildcats offense. Juan?
Thanks, Avery. The success of the offense has everything to do with the success of quarterback Jesse Ertz. A big part of Jesse Ertz's game is his running ability. He's able to turn nothing into something. Here we have a designed run on the first drive of the game against Texas. With Jones in the backfield, the Longhorns are expecting a run. Ertz gives the slight hesitation to sell the toss, Jones opening the defense, and he walks right in for 6. On K-State's next drive, Ertz shows off his improv skills. He checks down the field to find an open Byron Pringle or Dominique Heath. Instead, the junior quarterback takes the ball himself, breaking tackles again, adding 6 more points for the Cats. Ertz's run game has been a major key for the success of the K-State offense. And if he can keep it rolling, the wins may continue to stack up for the Cats.
Yeah, that's right, Juan. Crazy to think we are past the halfway point already in the season. K-State will take on Iowa State, who is winless in the Big 12 this Saturday at 11 a.m. in Ames, and you can see it on FSN. Thanks for that one. Switching gears now, the K-State volleyball team will look to bounce back after a loss to the Iowa State Cyclones as they take on the Baylor Bears this Saturday night inside Ahern Fieldhouse. The Wildcats are 16-6 and 5-4 in Big 12 play, while the Bears are third in the conference at 18-6 and 6-2 in the conference. K-State will have to keep a close eye on 4-time Big 12 Player of the Week, Katie Stager, who leads the Big 12 in kills with 5.84%. This will be the second time these teams meet up in the season as the Bears swept the Wildcats in the first meeting last month. First serve is set for 7 p.m. and the game is blackout night, with the first 250 students to the game getting a free t-shirt. Here we go, it's basketball season again, and the K-State men's team will open up its 2016 season with an exhibition game tonight against Pittsburgh State. It was a busy offseason for head coach Bruce Weber and the rest of the team, though, as they traveled to Europe for a 10-day trip in August and played in 5 exhibition games. The Wildcats are anticipating big things this year after an 8th place finish last year in the Big 12, while they ended 17-16 overall and 5-13 in conference play. The Wildcats bring back a core group of players: Wesley Wundu, DJ Johnson, and Corby Irvin, just to name a few. Bruce Weber knows the significance of reaching the postseason this year after not being in the big dance since 2013-14 season.
Something, you're taking a new job and you're totally rebuilding or something, you know, every year the realistic goal is to get in the tournament, and that's, you know, that's important. We were very close last year. When you really look at it, you know, whether it's Kamal's injury or the close games, you're probably 3-4 possessions away from being in the NCAA tournament, but we didn't get there. So now a year of experience, a trip to Europe, adding a couple guys, you hope it all adds up to having success and getting back in the tournament. And
it was an exciting weekend for the Manhattan High School cross-country teams as they hosted regionals. Both the Indians boys and girls teams qualified their entire teams to the state meet that will take place tomorrow at Rimrock Farms in Lawrence. The girls placed second, while the boys brought home the gold medal. Head coach Susan Malguerez said the bonds the teams are making go far beyond the course.
No, I think it's key that they really are getting strength from each other. And again, the pack, if you keep your runners close, they don't have to be in front. You don't necessarily have to have a front runner. If you keep them close, then they can make up a lot of points on the rest of the field where they get spread out. But I really think as far as staying relaxed and getting strength from each other, it is a huge deal to love each other, care about each other, and they're doing that. And they do things together when they're not running, spending time, just making friendships together that are going to last far beyond cross-country season.
Hey Gretchen, another Manhattan High School team doing well is the football team, as they're 8-0 and facing 1-7 Wichita Southeast in the first round of the state playoffs here in Manhattan tonight at 7 p.m. inside Bishop Stadium. Gretchen, always fun to see the local high school teams doing well, and K-State football, like I said earlier, taking on Iowa State this weekend. Are you going?
Unfortunately, I have to work this weekend, so I won't be able to make it to the game. I'm super bummed, but I know a lot of people from Manhattan are going to be going up to Ames, so that'll be awesome. Hopefully be checking those My Stories and everything. So yeah, good luck to the K-State Wildcats as always. And we'll be right back after a short break.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Family is everything. They're the reason you work so hard and your motivation to reach for more. Your K-State family offers a way to get that degree you've always wanted. Kansas State University Global Campus provides flexible online learning and professional development opportunities. We'll be there when you're ready. Enroll now for K-State Global Campus. Always on, always there.
The heart-pounding roar, a sea of purple, wielding twists and turns, a sincere smile and simple phrase. Legacies that span generations, blurring the line between fans and family. Believing we bleed a different color. Foundations defined by a single stone. That special place you love full well. What makes traditions unforgettable? Loyalty. Purple. You.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. I'm Gretchen Kanan. Moving on to another study around K-State's campus. One K-State professor is looking into a recent push for cage-free eggs across the country. He found that cage-free eggs will soon be finding their way onto more store shelves and into more restaurants than ever before. Companies such as Nestle, Kroger, Walmart, General Mills, Denny's, and McDonald's have all pledged to begin sourcing their eggs from cage-free hens. K-State Animal Science Associate Professor Scott Beyer talks about this overall industry push and the potential impact this will have on egg producers and consumers alike.
It will affect cost. We need new technology. It's more expensive technology. It's a more expensive housing system. It's a slightly more expensive requirement in labor. It's a little more expense in feed cost, and you add all those little expenses here and there, and pretty soon they become a little more significant than you would think.
Currently, there is not a set definition from the USDA regarding what the term cage-free actually means. Beyer says he believes the term refers to the bird's ability to move about freely within a facility and to other levels such as those used for feeding, nesting, socialization, and recreation. And while there are many benefits of cage-free, Beyer says there are some concerns that come along with it as well. Some of these concerns include an increased risk of injury from flying, greater feeding costs for producers, eggs can be laid in incorrect locations, and even cannibalism. He feels that in the long run, egg producers will be able to navigate around these challenges.
The purpose of a cage was to get rid of some of those problems. And now we're going back to some of those problems. I think we're a pretty smart group of people, and I think we can deal with it, but it's going to take a little time.
Many egg producers across the country hope to have completely cage-free operations by 2025. More information on the move to cage-free eggs can be found at ams.usda.gov. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after a short break.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. Earlier this week, handmade goods and produce filled tables outside the K-State Student Union. MHK All Day reporter Vanessa Vlasic headed over to Bosco Plaza to explore what goes on during the K-State Farmers Market.
Pumpkins, paintings, and pastries. Items like these were found on Bosco Plaza this past Wednesday. The Wildcat Wellness Coalition and Union Program Council hosted the K-State Farmers Market. A variety of vendors will be in Bosco Plaza every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Their mission is to promote student organizations, groups, and clubs across campus while providing local foods and products to the community.
We're selling our daily products that we make every week. We bake products every Tuesday night, so we have cookies and we also have bread, and then we sell them on Wednesdays from 3 to 5, and we normally have French, Vienna, bread bowls, and then our monster and a chocolate chip, and normally have like a specialty item.
The Bakery Science Club is just one of the many vendors that were present in Bosco.
Yes, I bought these cookies from the Grain Science. It seems like that'd be the perfect place to buy the cookies, would be at a baking institution. So first time here to see something like this, it's a good thing.
From necklaces to ceramics, there is a little of something for everyone.
The farmers market here on Bosco Plaza is great for students and even visitors to come and pick up your produce, sweets, and even a pumpkin for your front porch.
In Manhattan, Vanessa Vlasic, MHK All Day.
Thanks for that update, Vanessa. Halloween is quickly approaching, but that doesn't just mean the holiday is for only children. Adults and children alike can both be spotted sporting their best costume around town. Avery now joins us with some K-State students who will also having a passion for all things Halloween. Avery?
Thanks, Gretchen. One of my favorite holidays of the year, Halloween. I'm joined now by Santiago Amaria and Lucia Duarte, two K-State students from Paraguay. I can never have too much fun when it comes to this holiday coming up on Monday. What gets you guys so excited for this holiday?
Everything, honestly. It's so different for us because we do not celebrate it back in Paraguay, in South America. We do not do such a big celebration as you guys do it here. So it's so exciting to finally have a time and dress up for it.
How early do you guys usually start planning, Santiago, for your guys' whatever you're going to be with the costume?
Well, it depends on the inspiration. Like sometimes I just do it like the week after. Sometimes I try to think about it like a month ahead. But for example, this year I just came out with an idea for a costume like this week because I had no time thanks to school, so it was kind of difficult sometimes.
So you guys said you guys don't do anything like this in Paraguay at all. I mean, is there any kind of Halloween that you guys celebrate down there?
Yes, like parties, but for grown-ups actually.
Yeah.
We do not do trick-or-treating or anything like that. Like children are not usually the most involved in Halloween.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I always saw like on TV because we get so much media from the United States and we always see kids trick-or-treating, but that's not something that happens. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I wish I could go trick-or-treating, but it's just something that we don't have.
So what's your favorite part of Halloween here in America?
I guess it's just getting to be someone else because I grew up doing theater, so it's kind of go hand in hand, like just going dress up as something else, and it's just pretty fun, and people have a lot of fun doing it, and so do I. Yeah.
Well, word on the street is you guys are good at Halloween makeup. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whenever we come back, you guys are in for a treat as I get a Halloween makeover coming up right here on MHK All Day.
Better get ready, because here come the Wildcats. Wiesman, does she hit a board? Oh my goodness, in the zone! Lewis running the floor, catches, spins, and scores. How about that footwork? K-State have won in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
The heart-pounding roar, a sea of purple, wielding twists and turns, a sincere smile and simple phrase. Legacies that span generations, blurring the line between fans and family. Believing we bleed a different color. Foundations defined by a single stone. That special place you love full well. What makes traditions unforgettable? Loyalty. Purple. You. The limestone embedded in our history is the foundation of who we have become and what we can become tomorrow. We find inspiration in the past, new possibilities in our present, and anticipation for tomorrow's journey. Yesterday's triumphs are today's proud traditions. A transformation where a hall becomes a home, students become family, and research becomes reality. How do we build upon K-State's strong foundation? Innovation, collaboration, you.
Oh man, the fans, Manhattan, Octagon, the door, it's a tough place to play, we feed off the energy.
Welcome back to MHK All Day. Halloween isn't always about costumes and ghost stories. It's also a great excuse to explore the history behind local legends. Neighboring Wabaunsee County is packed at the seams with history, from early settlement days to the Civil War. Did you know that the Beecher Bible and Rifle Church is just a short 20-minute drive away from us? Tomorrow, all day long, a tour bus is taking participants from the Flint Hills Discovery Center on a drive across Wabaunsee County. This is part of the Going Home Hidden Histories of the Flint Hills exhibit going on right now at the Discovery Center. It's hosted by the Chapman Center for Rural Studies, but you can find more information directly on the Discovery Center's website at flinthillsdiscovery.org. If you've ever seen the TV show called Parks and Recreation, you're probably aware of who Ron Swanson is. The character is played by Nick Offerman, and he's stopping by McCain tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock as part of his Full Bush Tour. His appearance at the university this weekend is sponsored by the Union Program Council, and ticket information can be found at McCain's K-State website. For an exciting evening on the water, local kayak group Little Apple Paddle is holding a Glow Paddle 2-mile kayak trip going up and down the Kansas River tomorrow evening from 5 to 7:30. If you have your own equipment or access to rentals, visit their feature on manhattancvb.org's website event calendar. If you'd rather enjoy a glass of wine instead of getting some exercise this weekend, Harry's Restaurant in downtown Manhattan is having a Halloween party between 7:30 and 9:30 tomorrow evening as well. Who said you can't be sophisticated while wearing a Halloween costume? Now let's toss it back over to Avery and Gretchen as we see how this Halloween transformation is coming along.
Thanks so much, Michaela. It's coming along really great. As you can see, we're using Avery as our kind of makeup-y, and so we're just putting some paint on him. And Lucia, tell me a little bit about like what kind of this culture, like is this a cultural thing that you guys do usually, or?
No, actually, it's not a
This is just for fun.
This is for fun. Like, I particularly love like doing these type of makeups and changing someone into a kind of different character.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to transform him in the Joker from Suicide Squad. I know that there's gonna be a lot of people interested in this since it's been so popular, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of black eyeshadow in his eyes. Yeah. So close your
Avery's
eyes
being
for
such
me.
a great sport.
Where did you learn how to do this?
I actually learned about myself thanks to YouTube and stuff. Yeah, I watch a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, and with practice, of course. Practice is the key to learn how to do these kind of things.
So how long have you known how to do this, or like what inspired you to want to do this?
I always feel a passion towards makeup and just playing around with my mom's makeup when I was little. It's just been something that I always loved, and yeah, pretty much that's my main inspiration. It's just a dream that I have.
Is it something that you want to go into kind of as a career, do you think, or?
Yeah, why not? I would love to. Yeah, not only like special effects, also regular makeup as well.
Right.
Now we're gonna do the lips, the classic red lips from
Always
the Joker.
for the Joker.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Turn it a little bit pink.
Perfect.
So what's the most popular, like design that you guys do?
I don't know. Like, there's so many options. That's the deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's the best part, actually, that we get
that's
to
so
play
awesome.
around with so many things.
Thank you guys so much for being here. If you'd like to see more makeup, go to Lucia's Instagram page at LUDuarte1. And you can also go on our Facebook page to see more of how I look. And Nia will post some pictures and a video of this for sure.
Definitely check it out.
That's all the time we have here on MHK All Day this week. We'll be back next week, next Friday, of course. And you can check us out on social media as well.
This is Channel 8 News.